Aqua here again. Welcome to episode 10 of my Feed the Beast 1.5.2 beta Let's Play. This is going to be a well download episode, so once I've finished the episode I'll be doing a snapshot and adding that to my Dropbox. So you'll be able to download the world, have a look at my stuff, have a look at Tom and Jim's stuff as well, and Fowley's over there. But before I start, the bee episode I did yesterday, as you can see now, look, I've left this overnight and I've got to 45 cultivated drones and 35 common drones, so I'm just going to leave that running for another day or so, get a good stack or two of common and cultivated drones together. So I'm going to leave that for now. So the next bee episode will probably be after episode 11 or 12. I'm going to get on with some IC2 stuff today. It's about time. We need to get on with IC2 stuff. Just before we start with that though, I've done a little bit more research. I'm just going to show you really quick what we've got going on here. I was trying to just finish that off. I wanted to get the Wonder Vehicle Trade. I haven't made one yet, but I like the Wonder Vehicle Trade. It's a really nice bit of kit. While I was doing that, I also did bees and magic, so I can now research thalmic bees and off that is start bees. But can't make them for a while, as start bees required somewhere in the land. I think they require demonics and end bees, which I ain't got yet. Other thing I researched by accident was this thing right down here, the thermostatic harness. This is the other new item. This is the third of 4 new items. The fourth one's actually a decanting golem, which I've not researched either. But thermostatic harness. This is a jetpack. This is a thalmic jetpack, pretty much. You finally managed to unlock the secret of flight. Blah 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 blah. I'll let you read that if you want to pause and read it. Usually only V required power harness is added during the creation. Instead, the fuel it requires for flight is raw potentiate. Right click while holding the harness to insert a fill jars. So with this you need to fill a jar with potentiate. Potentiate, one of the easiest ways of getting that is coal or charcoal. Well, what I'm looking in there for. I think I should have a bit of potentiate in here. There it is. That's the potentiate. So that's actually half a jar's worth, 32. There's 4 things there, so that'd fill half a jar up. So you'd have to make one of these wadded jars. Wadded jars, if you remember, really straightforward. Let's make a wadded jar. Oops, didn't mean to make that much glass, but no matter. Wadded jars are just in your block there like that. They're just an arcane wood block and some glass gets you a wadded jar. They're actually one of the nicest, I think one of the nicest in-game sounds these make when you place them. Let me just place a jar. Oh, I'm too close to my sound muffler, so I just pissed on my own bonfire. Yeah, found there. So they're really easy to make, and the actual thing itself, if you had a look, it was actually quite easy to make. It's arcane wood blocks, which we just used there. A redstone comparator, which is one of the new 1.5 vanilla items, which I've not made yet. Leather tunic, iron ingot, basic stuff. Not too bad. 64 velitos, maybe a bit heavy, but not too bad on the thing. The only problem it does have is it uses 500 V to make, which means you need the upgraded wand, which as you can see it's down past the theory of everything. So it's a tier 3 item. The upgraded wand needs a nether star, so you can't make that until you've killed a wither or got a nether star some other way. So that's not something we can make just yet, because I'm well off being able to make to fight a wither. I haven't got any wither skulls anyway. I've killed quite a few wither skeletons. I've got a few of them necrotic bones, but nowhere near being able to kill a wither, even if I could get some wither skulls. The only other thing I made is I made some thalmium leggings because my pants were worn out. This is steel. I used a bit of steel, just put level 1 enchants on just to last a little bit longer. It's giving me a bit more defense, should I say. Steel so it lasts a bit longer. The level 1 enchants just to give me a bit more defense while I was in a hollow hill. All I did with that is I had 13 of these ingots. I just made some pants. It's the same. I ain't got enough there, but obviously that would make a helmet. It's the same as any armour pattern. You can make stuff out of thalmium, which is, I believe, as enchantable as gold, yet as durable as iron, something like that. It's and of course you can get the repair enchant, which these have got. They only got repair 1, but repair 1 still repair, so it'll repair itself. Protection 3, so protection 4 and repair 2 would have been a bit better. These have all got haste on as well, by the way. I think the problem with haste is you can add haste. Before it was only the boots, now it can be added to that jetpack thing, that thermostatic harness. So I think making it so it can add to the jetpack has possibly broken it a little bit, so you seem to get it on everything, but I'm pretty sure it still only works on boots and the jetpack, even though it's showing on there. I don't think that's affecting my speed at all, having haste on the pants. So I can only guess it's because of it's changed it so it adds to the jetpack, and in doing that it's made it so it adds to everything. Possibly. Right. IC2 stuff. We need power, first of all. IC2 power, let's have a look at our thing here. IC2 power, we're pretty limited. I think I showed this the other day, but I'm just going to go through it again really quickly. Industrial Craft 2. And I thought I could split this film further. Oh, it's there, isn't it? Of course it is. Machines, generators. So we're pretty limited on our power generation here. So we can have a generator which uses coal or wood or whatever. Don't want to use one of them, that's really inefficient. We use a geothermal generator, uses lava. That's going to be the way we have to go because it's a little bit limited. Watermill, not worth the effort. I've made them before and I was really underwhelmed. I've made like 6 journals getting was it 2 a year tick? I made loads, and the amount of setup time, that was when you could use buckets in and out of them, and I don't know if that changed. Pain in the ass. Solar panel, Greg Tech's made it so you need to get other machines going first, which means you need other power first, which puts you back to lava. Windmill, again, they need to be placed at a certain height in the world. Off this tree might be quite good, but they need to have a certain space around them. All in all, for the amount of power you get, the setup makes it a little bit awkward. And again, you need an assembly machine for that. Surprised you don't need one for one of these. And then nuclear reactor, they just take so much material to get going at this stage, I think. Well, we could possibly do it. But the easy way is, the easiest way, which is kind of forcing you to do at the minute, because a geothermal is going to get 24 EU a tick. A watermill and a windmill and a solar panel all get like 1 or 2 EU a tick. And then of course nuclear reactors is dependent on what you put in it, but it takes a lot of copper, and some of the designs I've use the iridium neutron reflector, which means you need iridium, which means it makes it an endgame item. So geothermal generator is the only real way to go. So let's start by making a iron furnace, 8 blocks of iron, just remind myself here, 3 refined iron and an RE battery. Okay. So 8 iron, 3 refined iron, and an RE battery is 4 tin. I'm going to need some rubber for this, aren't I? 2 of them, and I have to process some of this into IC2 rubber. We're going to need 6. Now one of the first things you want to make is an extractor, because you can make this sticky resin into rubber, but it makes 1 rubber at a time. With an extractor it makes it into 3, so making one of the first things you want to make is a way to make that into, to triple up your rubber there by making it an extractor. So that's probably the first machine we will make, is an extractor. I was waiting for this 6 rubber to make myself some copper cable. There's different ways of making copper cable. This is the simplest. There's a Greg Tech machine called wire mill that makes things a bit different. I've never actually made one yet. I've never found the need for one. So there we go, RE battery, pretty straightforward, used in quite a lot of IC2 stuff. IC2 is a really good mod. Nothing's changed really for a long time. The nuclear reactors all changed last year sometime, but nothing really changed. What's good about it is it's a really solid mod. It's probably been around forever. What was I doing there? I've got gold in there for. Is it gold? What's that? Oh, aluminium brass. Okay. Oh, I was making a silky silk touch thing. I'll show you that sometime. I've not made a silk touch tool yet, but a couple of people have told me to make one. So, where the hell am I going? I've got a generator. This isn't what I wanted yet. So there we go. We've got the generator now. 2 refined iron, 4 bits of glass, and 2 empty cells. That's all straightforward. Empty cells. You're going to end up using a lot of these when you get into IC2. Because of Greg Tech uses a lot of them. Just make them with tin. A circle like so. And then a bit more glass. I've got some more glass across to the side. And it was 2 refined iron was in there, wasn't it? 2 refined iron. Generator. Some more glass. Can go in there. And a couple of empty cells. Wonderful. We've got a geothermal generator. That's what that does is every bucket of lava generates 20,000 EU at 24 EU a tick. What you can do with it though is with grid tech is you can upgrade that, and you need some invar plates, a bit of iron glass, and a couple of circuits. That makes it into a thermal generator. You see there. Sorry, what did I say? I said 24, didn't I? The standard one puts out 20,000 EU at 20 EU a tick. The upgraded one puts out 30,000 EU at 24 EU a tick. So you're getting a bit more EU per tick out of it, and you're getting an extra 50% per bucket's worth of lava. So it makes it a lot more efficient. By adding this, we need a plate bender first to make that. So we should probably make a plate bending machine. For now, I'm just going to hook this straight up. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use my same lava source, but I'm going to do it upstairs. So instead of piping stuff, I'm going to make a second. Ender tank. So first of all, I need to do is get myself a bit of cyan wool. So I'm going to use the minium stone to change the colour of the wool, which is a really good thing that minium stone can be used for. Instead of having to make cyan dyes and stuff, you can just change the wool like so. Oh, someone, well, I remember. Someone said, why don't I use the minium stone for crafting? I use my pocket crafting table. One of the main reasons is, let's just take that out of there for a second. Now if I press C over that, I get a crafting table, but I can't shift click into things. And the way I craft, I do a lot of shift clicking. So I'm really used to, rather than manually dragging stuff, I'm really used to shift clicking. So if you look back at the pocket crafting table, with that I can just shift click things in and out, and it really suits me the way the pocket crafting table works. So that's why I don't use a minium stone for crafting. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know. Right, what else do I need for this tank? I need some blaze rods, which I got a few of yesterday, ready for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe it's a bucket. I'm doing this off memory, so I could be doing it wrong. Screw it. Let's have a look. Ender tank. 2 obsidian. Not a bucket, it's a cauldron, of course. And an ender pearl, of course. Of course, it's an ender pearl, idiot. Let's clear them for a second. Need 7 of them for a cauldron. And let's just put that bucket back because we don't need it. And oh no, obsidian tiles, that's not right. Obsidian, there we go. So what we can do is we can just hook this directly up to our lava source in the nether. In the tank, it's the same colour as my other ones, so it's already full of lava because it's showing us the same. So now we can go up here, and I think I'm going to put all my IC2 stuff in here. Probably have a separate room upstairs for the Greg Tech stuff. So let's keep it simple. Let's start it off nice and easy. Let's put that there, and I only want to put a little bit of lava in here at the minute because let's see if that works. So if I get my wrench out, all I want is enough power to make a couple of things at the minute. But that works, cool. I'll turn it off again for a sec though. So basically you get that with a wrench, puts it in or out. So there's a really nice easy setup with the ender tank. So one of the reasons why I don't want to wire things up, I could run liquid ducts and have a big tank storage, but one of the reasons why I think they might have to restart the worlds is because King Lemon, the thermal expansion modder, is changing the way liquids work in the game, or the way liquids are coded or handled, which means liquid stored in tanks are probably all going to disappear. So rather than store things in tanks, at the minute I'm just actually getting liquid as I need it. So that lava there, I'll get it just as I need it. Make sense? I hope it makes sense. Alright, let's make some machines. So as I said, the first thing you're going to want is, well, in fact, let's have a quick look at a plate bender. Let's make one of them as well. Plates. New plate bender, yeah. two compressors, sort of a whore, conveyor module, which you just got page 2 to see it needs refined iron. It's a simpler way of doing it. So they require circuits. Okay, so let's submit the extractor first, because we want to make sure we're getting the most rubber we can out of that sticky resin. Once I've got my bees on the go, I'll be making rubber out of propolis, but I ain't got that stage yet. You can make rubber out of propolis, it's really easy. Because of this GregTech configs, we don't have the MFR rubber trees, which are a lot more, give you a lot more rubber than the IC2 rubber trees, which is, I presume, I'll make 4 of them. I think I've actually got one of them in there as well. Have a look. So extractor, really straightforward. We're either going to need some more rubber to start with though. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we need another circuit for this, and it needs a bit of wood. So let's get 20 wood it needs, because to make an extractor you need 4 of these things, these tree taps. So the basic IC2 stuff really is nice and easy. It's just generally a machine block, a circuit, and then some other bits. Was I one short? I was one short. So I'm going to make some more cable, because to make a circuit you need 6 of these cables, and I only had 5 left because I'd used one. And then you just match that up with a couple of refined iron and a piece of redstone. Gets you a circuit. What's going on? Okay, why is that not giving me a circuit? Electronic circuit. Oh shit! Of course, duh. It's 2 redstone, one got them the wrong way around. So we've got electronic circuit, 1 machine block, and 4 of these guys. This is our first machine, extractor. Now, the way I'm going to do this for now is I'm just going to touch machines against this. Shit. Touch machines against this thing, like so. And that's enough to power that by it touching. So I don't have to make any cables or stuff yet. I will be making glass fibre cable at some point. Well, now what we can do is we can bang that sticky resin in there, and that's going to start processing that into rubber, 3 times as much rubber. So at least we're getting efficient rubber there. The next thing I'm probably going to need is a compressor. So let's make a compressor next. Now a compressor. Normally, by the way, would have advanced machines in. We haven't got them in yet. I presume they will be coming. They're the upgraded versions of the extractor, compressor, and macerator. But we haven't got them yet. Let's go back to our IC2 there. Machines, processors. Well, that's what we're looking at in a minute. So there's a set of processors. We've got furnaces. Now, there is an upgraded furnace that people often mistake as part of advanced machines, but it's not. But it's what the advanced machines are based on. The furnaces, you got iron, then electric, and then you got this one called the induction. And the advanced machines kind of work the same as the induction furnace. They look the same as well. They even craft the same. They're just the normal one with specific blocks around and an advanced machine block. So the compressor has obsidian, the macerator has refined iron. So very similar. Well, say we haven't got that mod in just yet. I'm sure it will be coming. So these are all the basic IC2 machines. Mass Fabricator, of course, is disabled in this version because we've got GregTech. It uses Matter Fabricator instead. Induction furnace is pretty useful. It's a really quick furnace. At the minute, we're just using our powered furnace there, our thermal expansion powered furnace. So we don't have to worry about that for now. Recycler, of course, to make scrap. We'll get around to that at some point. Canning machine. Pretty useful. There's an upgraded GregTech version that I think you need to make stuff, but now it was always, I thought, a little bit pointless. You could can stuff into food, but now the GregTech version, which uses that one in its recipe, I believe, yeah, it does look. That's how you get the automatic canning machine, the GregTech version. You put a conveyor module into that, and that's how you can get things like quicksilver into mercury cells. So we're going to need one of them at some point, not yet though. And so the 3 basic machines are the macerator, the extractor that we just made, and the compressor. The macerator, of course, because GregTech requires diamonds and an advanced circuit, so people don't often use that so much. Now that used to be the first thing you'd make. These days you make the pulverizer because thermal expansion hasn't been gregged and IC2 has, so that generally don't get made so quick anymore. The extractor, compressor. Compressor is just stone blocks. So again, that same pattern there. Machine block, circuit, stone blocks. So I need to make some more circuit, which means now I can get the rubber out of there. You see, we're getting much more rubber. I can make some circuits. And the thing I should really make is power storage, actually. Thinking about it. Let's make one of these for now. Again, making one at a time is probably not the ideal way. I should probably make as many as I can, but just for now, we'll make one at a time. Get our compressor made. So compressor again, is it that way up, and then 6 smooth stone, which of course we've got plenty of smooth stone. Boop, boop. Compressor, and we can put that on the other side. What that's still going to let us do is now, because we've got an extractor and a compressor, now we're going to need a plate bending machine still. Shit. We can extract and compress things. Right. So what we're going to want to make now is some kind of storage, EU storage. Now, I like to go straight for an MFSU. For an MFSU though, we need advanced machine block. An advanced machine block, we also need advanced circuit. That's pretty straightforward. Lapotron crystals require circuits, so we need 6. So we need 12 normal circuits, and then 1 advanced for that. So we need 13 circuits in total. This we need advanced alloy, which means we need a compressor, which means we need a plate bending machine. So we can't make advanced machine blocks until we make a plate bending machine. So yeah, we definitely need a plate bending machine. Okay, and the other thing is a carbon plate, which is just compressed coal. That's what the compressor does for us. The compressor lets us make advanced alloy and compressed and carbon plates. Right, I'm going to cut the camera there. I'm going to get a couple of things ready. We're going to have to make a plate bender. We're going to have to make a bit of wiring as well. But what I want to do is I want to be able to store a load of energy in an MFSU ready. So I want to get an MFSU made for this episode. So back in a bit once I've got a few things prepped for that. Okay, I'm back and I think we're good to go. I had to go get a bit more rubber, which is one of the reasons why I cut the camera. Another reason was because my cup of coffee was going cold. Well, I didn't really need to know that bit. First thing we need to make, we need enough for 17, as far as I can tell. 17 circuits. Oops. So I think this is enough. This is to make everything. We need. Not only do we need to make circuits for the actual MFSU, we need to make circuits for the plate bender as well. So that's why I've got so many here. I think there's enough. Let's have a look. So I'm going to make 17 circuits. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to need 2 more compressors for the plate bender. Oops. What have I got? I've got much too much. No. We've got 2 compressors. Okay. 4 pistons. We've got 2 circuits. We've got. We need a conveyor module. Okay. So this thing you can use. This is weird. It uses bent plates or normal ones. Well, the normal ones. I mean, the bent ones are just the normal ingots bent again, so I don't know why you'd bend them when you don't have to. So I don't even get why the first one's there. It's a bit weird, right? We need another RE battery for a start. Let's do that. RE battery. Like so. And then was it 3 glass, 2 circuits, an RE battery, and it's 3 refined iron on it. 1, 2, 3. Let's make some more refined iron. I think let's make half a stack. Let's do that by. Oops, we need that as well in a bit. By banging that in there. In fact, we should get on with that now. Actually. So there's our conveyor module. Before I make the rest of this, let me show you this real quick. We're going to need some carbon plates. For that you need to put coal dust through your pulverizer, or coal, make it into coal dust through your pulverizer. So all I did there was grabbed a stack of coal, slung it in the pulverizer, made that into coal dust, so I've got a stack of that. Put it in a little crafting pattern in a square, gets your carbon, raw carbon fibre, put them next to each other, gets your carbon mesh, and then that we want to sling into our compressor up here, and that'll start compressing that into carbon plates for us. So we didn't need 8, well, I just made 8, I made a stack's worth. We only need 2 at the minute, but you'll use a lot of them, so it's worth doing. We could also make nano armor at some, if we wanted to, which I've not made for a while. I might actually make nano armor. Yeah, might be a good call. Right, let's get on with this thing then. So I think we've got everything we need there now. We've got 2 compressors. I made 4 pistons off camera. Our conveyor module, 2 of these circuits. Gets us our plate bending machine, which we're going to need. For now, you can go there. That should get power. All the standard IC2 machines just need to be touching a generator. I'm guessing Greg's done it the same with his, but it's hard to tell because his interface is shit. I still don't know what any of these mean. Might be in the books that he's added. I'll have to have a look. Right, so we've got that. Let's go back to our IC2 machine storage. Go back to our IC2 storage, yeah. So let's start making this thing. So, energy crystals, pretty basic. We've got 2 versions of them. We've got redstone round diamond, redstone round ruby. Now with red power 2 in, you'd probably use ruby because you get a lot more rubies. We haven't got red power 2. I've got a few rubies, but rubies are going to be miles more important later on because ruby is the only way you can get chrome. So if you see if you can process ruby into dust, sorry. Process ruby into dust, then you can process that into chrome. That's the only way you can get chrome from ruby dust. So with red power 2, you'd be tempted to use the rubies. So I've got like 20 odd rubies from manually mining. Let's have a look how many I've got. Yeah, I've got 20 odd rubies from manually mining, and I only had 5 diamonds. Because I've got 4 in my bag here ready to make these. Even though diamonds seem more expensive now, you can make diamonds easy later on. Especially when you can make them out of coal using a similar method to how to make them carbon plates. So you're gonna make sure you want to use diamonds for this, not rubies. You want to save your rubies. That's my view on it anyway. And especially without red power 2 gems in, because these rubies and stuff, they're pretty sparse in this version of the game. Because the only thing that's producing rubies and sapphires is GregTech, I believe, and there's not a great deal of it. Next thing we need is some gold cable. Now you get 4 of these insulated gold cables by putting 4 bits of rubber around a gold ingot, and then if you put them 4 next to some more rubber, it makes 2 times insulated, which is what we need for this. So there we go. There's our first thing then. Machine block, simple enough. 4 of these cables that we've just made. 4 of those energy crystals just made. Gets us our MFE. There's the first bit. Wonderful. Next bit we're going to want to make is our Lapotron crystals. Now Lapotron crystals, if you look at the recipe there, they can use these energy crystals, but of course if you use the energy crystal, that means you're using a diamond in there as well, or a ruby if you went the ruby route, or you can use sapphires. Well, if you remember when I went through the nether to shortcut to that large hill, I ended up underneath an ocean biome. There's quite a few sapphires under ocean biome. I found quite a few. I've got 17 in there. I've got 23 altogether. So I'm going to use sapphires for this. Sapphires are not as important as the rubies, so worth using in my opinion. Of course everything's my own opinion, but I think it's worth using. And a card. I thought I got enough lapis for that. Turns out I didn't. 1 more lapis. So this is where a lot of our, and I didn't make enough. Awesome. Let's make as many of them as we can for now. I need some more circuits. So I need 1 more circuit for there. I need 2 more circuits. I keep doing that wrong. right click I mean. 1, 2. And 2. And 2. Two more circuits. It's our 6 Lapotron crystals. So what we're doing there, that's some 6 Lapotron crystals. We've got our MFE, we need an advanced circuit, which is a circuit, and then 4 redstone, 2 lapis. Sorry, 2 glowstone, 2 lapis. It's your advanced circuit. Now the only thing we need to do is to make the advanced machine block. Now advanced machine block, what would that be under? Where would that be under? I don't know. Just put it in there. Advanced machine block is a machine block surrounded by advanced alloy carbon plates. We're making the carbon plates upstairs. We just make the advanced alloy. That's by compressing mixed metal ingots. Mixed metal ingots, there's loads of recipes. There's loads of ways of making these. You can see they all need to be made using bent materials. Now I think the cheapest one is probably going to be refined iron, brass and tin. Nickel. No, it's probably going to be Invar brass and tin. That gets us 2. Invar brass and tin gets us 2. Yeah. Invar brass aluminium. We can't make aluminium yet. So yeah, Invar brass and tin. So we're going to want to make a bit of Invar. So let's go with 3 of them, 6 of them. Get us some Invar in our induction smelter. And then brass, we've got any brass? We've got bronze, we haven't got brass. Let's have a look how we make brass these days, because not aluminium brass, I want just brass. Now, induction smelter gets us 2. Copper and zinc gets us 4. I should have a bit of zinc. I don't think I've got much, but I've got a bit. There we go. So 3 of them for every one of them, so 9 of them. Let's use our zinc up, making some brass. It's going to be useful. There we go. Getting some brass, and of course tin is just tin. We'll make 4 each of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. The rest of the Invar can go in there. So now we need to go and bend them in our plate bending machine. So sling all these in there, get bent. So this is working, so that's cool. It powers straight off the generator. I wasn't 100% sure on that. So eat some food while that's going. Nom nom nom, nom nom nom. Throw them in there as well. Where's the Invar gone? Look at that, where's the Invar gone? You saw me put it in there, didn't you? See, this is what I mean. Not to get really boring and always have a go at Greg, but that's magically put it in there. What the fuck's it put it in there for? Right, that's because, okay, I'm pretty sure this will be sided, so if I shift right click that, it should put the exit to the right. There we go. Okay, so when I put that down, it automatically puts things out the back. Now, because I've hit it with a wrench, it would automatically put things out the side now. So that's what it did there. It's not that much of a big deal. It just automatically ejected into the geothermal generator. The fact it can automatically eject, I guess, is okay. So I take that back. You're a lovely guy. What I can do now then is put them in the right order in there, and that's going to get us 8 of these mixed metal ingots, which we can now throw in the compressor. We've got our carbon plates. There's our ingots. We need 1 more machine block. So we need 8 refined iron. Look at that. I made just enough refined iron. 1 spare. There's 2 of them. And we're going to need some cable, aren't we? Okay. We're going to have to use our last diamond for this. And I think the best way of getting cable, I think, is using electrum. So we're going to a bit of gold and a bit of silver. Gold and silver. So I'm skipping quite a bit of stuff here. I'm presuming you've done this before. So I say if this was a tutorial series, I'd be doing this a lot slower. Like I'd show you how I just made an electrum instead of presuming that you know. But for now, I'm just going to do it like that. Glass fibre cable we make with a diamond. You can use silver there or some other stuff. If you use electrum, you get 8. So I'm just using electrum there. Get me 8 glass fibre cable. I think if you use silver, you get 6. And I think there's a version that uses 4. I like the 8 version. It makes sense. And if we go upstairs now, we should have at least 2 of these in there. We've got 4, wonderful. I'm running out of space, but that's okay. Oops, not that full. So there we go. Advanced machine block. So our first one of them. Awesome. Our MFE, our advanced circuit up there. Surround it with lava crystals. We've got an MFSU. Awesome. For now, what I'm going to do is, all I really want to do is store up some power, so I've got some when I need it, if and when I need it. I am going to put this there, and the power output will be that way. I just need to connect power to this generator. Now, if you move an MFSU, you'd lose the power in it. So if I do want to move this, rather than move this, I'd probably have to put another one down first. I could store the power in. I could store it in 10 lapotron crystals. But if you're making 10 lapotron crystals, you might as well just make another MFSU and transfer the power to that. So what I'm going to do is, there we go. So now that, if this has got no work, it can slowly fill that guy up, and then at least we've got 10 million EU to use if we need it. Now I could have connected this straight to that and then power to these, but these all run off 32 EU. These all run off low voltage. This puts out high voltage, so that I mean using transformers and stuff as well. So for this little basic setup, I'm just using these straight onto that. I can always move these whenever I want. You don't lose much power. You just lose that little bit in the capacitor there, but not a big issue at all. It looks like I'm leaving that there, so I might as well wrench that, so that can feed that with lava. We might as well at least fill that up, haven't we? So there we go, little basic system. Got some, I guess these are the 3 basic machines now then: extractor, compressor and plate bender. Looks like you need all 3 of them. What we can get on with next episode is making an industrial electrolyzer and possibly a blast furnace. Getting them connected up, and then we can make a quarry. And once we've got a quarry, we've got loads of materials. So let's have a quick look at the recipes of them. See if there's anything that's going to hold me back. Come on, which one are you? Where are you? There it is. Industrial electrolyzer. Needs refined iron plates, which you can now, of course, we can make. Magnetizer, electrolyzer, extractor. They're all pretty straightforward, and some circuits, straightforward enough. So we can make one of them. That's good news. And then blast furnace. It's not showing me the recipe for them. Induction furnace, advanced machine block. Yeah, we can make all them as well. And they need casings as well. And then the casings. Yeah, so it's just a case of getting enough rubber to get all the circuits, I think. We need a couple of them advanced ones. We can also bend steel plates now, which is good. We've got some steel. So we can make everything we need to get some titanium on the go, which is pretty good. It's actually pretty good news. So we'll get on that. Next episode is going to be Greg Tech. Ooh, I'll get things prepped between this and now. I think we're at a good time for finish. If it's short, I'll come back. But if not, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Cheers. Bye. Oh, I'm back. Nearly forgot. One of my viewers, Jammy Bo Gaming, asked for a shout out. So there you go, mate. Hello. Johnny War Gaming. Woo! Bye!